Welcome to the Summit City, home to the 260's dedicated high school athletes and fans. Each victory and celebration captured by our cameras. Treasure the highlights from the Summit Athletic Conference this season, or complete games live or on demand. After all, nobody's more proud to call Fort Wayne home than SummitCitySports.com.
The athletes has always been here, and they're getting better. I'm watching, Summit City Sports, man, they're doing an awesome job. And, that's a plug. Them dudes are doing an outstanding job. And I'm able to be in Nashville and watch games on YouTube that they're broadcasting, and I'm seeing the talent. And it is just truly outstanding. And, you guys have seen the talent that's in the NFL now from Fort Wayne, Indiana, the talent that's coming up now, and the talent that, is just here, man. It's really cool.
Developed for athletes of all sports, PSM's Edge training program is a personalized, high-intensity experience designed to help you outperform the competition. Whether you're looking to enhance your speed, strength, power, agility, or overall fitness, our expert training staff will build a program that adapts to your schedule while maximizing your overall performance. Now accepting athletes 12 years old and up. Get started today. Schedule your free evaluation at psmsports.com/edge.
I started playing football when I was 4 years old in the Cub Football League at Leo. My freshman year of high school, I really started to notice that there was something different about how I played compared to what some other people were playing like. So then I started to develop more. I started to see the results, and then being able to go to Iowa was a big opportunity for me. Being able to train here at PSM has really given me an edge over my competitors. Working on my speed, that's the name of the game nowadays, is who's the fastest guy on the field. Being able to put my body in different positions to allow me to be in the best position during the game is so important to not take those days off and just get into a place like PSM where they have flexible hours, and it's good for college athletes to come in and just train.
Anderson Heating and Air, locally owned and operated with over 50 years of experience. Call us today and get a free quote on a brand new furnace and AC, financed and available. Don't wait. Call us today and sign up for a maintenance agreement and stay cool. Our maintenance agreements will ensure that you're first in line if you have an emergency, and we'll send one of our service techs out for cleanings twice a year. Call us at 557-0958 or request an appointment on our website. Call Anderson Heating and Air, where your emergency is our emergency.
Game day, the moment athletes live for, the intensity, the passion, the unforgettable plays. And while you focus on the game, Watermark Sports Photo captures the memories. From the heart-pounding action to the game-winning score, our game day photos make your athlete the star. But we don't stop at game day. With our Sportrait sessions together, we dream up poses and take your athlete's story to the next level. Serving Northeast Indiana and Northwest Ohio, from colleges to high schools and club sports, moments fade, but the memories last forever. Watermark Sports Photo, where every shot is legendary.
At PSM Sports Therapy, recovery is more than getting you back to your sport. It's about building a stronger version of you. Our team of experts uses state-of-the-art technology to build personalized care plans that get you healthy and back in action safely. With no physician order needed, contact us directly to receive top-quality care exactly when you need it. Call 260-266-4007. Visit one of our Fort Wayne locations or go to psmsports.com to learn more.
The future is what you make it, so make it matter. At the University of St. Francis, we'll help you build a purposeful life, one based on your interests, goals, and desire to make the world a better place. Learning is personal here. You'll be known by name, supported by experts, and connected to professional opportunities. Our Catholic values will inspire you to use your education for the greater good by serving and leading others. Remember, the future is what you make it. Build a life of meaning and purpose at St. Francis. You belong here.
Tired of waiting for a doctor's referral to start physical therapy? At Indiana Physical Therapy, you don't need a prescription. You have the power to choose where you go for expert care. Our experienced therapists will help you get back to doing what you love. With over 19 locations, getting the care you need has never been easier. Take the first step towards a healthier, more active lifestyle. Visit IndianaPT.com to schedule your appointment today.
Indiana Physical Therapy, where people go to get better.
Here, every athlete is one of one. Every day is an opportunity to improve, to become faster, stronger, healthier. That's our commitment. With elite training and expert care, we transform athletes by pushing through challenges and sharing every victory. PSM, you've got goals. We help you get there. Learn more at psmsports.com.
But I got a whole lot of everything, and I come from Snyder. And now the whole world don't know my name, and I used to have nothing. But now I got a whole lot of everything, that's why I come from Snyder. When I'm gone, the whole world don't know my name. 12 years old, caught up in that street life. I was trying to sound harder than the street light.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Kilmer Court here on the campus of Snyder High School. We got some non-conference boys basketball action for you as the homestanding Snyder Panthers take on the visitors from Elkhart High School. The Lions from Elkhart, Indiana, coming here to Snyder High School for this Saturday night non-conference matchup. I am Thad Goff bringing you the broadcast tonight. Matt Jackson is running camera here at Kilmer. The Snyder Panthers, so far, a decent start to the season, although I don't know that 2-2 is exactly where they wanted to be. Had a good battle with Southside here in the home opener, the conference opener as well, but that ended up being a loss. Came out a week later and absolutely dominated the Wayne Generals on the road in the conference road opener, season road opener for the Snyder Panthers. That was a 17-point win for Snyder against the defending three-time SAC champs, and Snyder able to come away victorious. Double figures from four different athletes. They got double figures from Trell Hogue, Lane Patterson, Xavier Wilson, Keytron Pascal, and Chance DeRosson. So it was actually five Panthers that scored in double figures that night, and Snyder has all those athletes. If they can fire in all cylinders, they can play at a very high level, and Snyder can play at a very high level and compete with just about anybody. They did suffer a blowout loss to Chesterton the next day in a little neutral site action over at Grace College. Snyder ended up losing by quite a lot in that particular game. The final score, we'll be checking on it here in a second. The final score was 62-38. Certainly not the kind of game that Snyder would have wanted. They did bounce back last night with the win over Northside to even their overall record, go over 500 in their conference record. So Snyder comes into this game at 2-2. Now, even though it was a win for Snyder, probably a little closer than most Snyder fans, certainly than head coach Josh Raikkonen would have wanted. But he got the win, and he did say this about that game, quote, "We're always happy to learn lessons in a win rather than a loss, and we definitely need to close games better and play with more urgency, but always good to get a road conference win and get ourselves back to 500. So that's the effect of the game last night. You get a conference win, you get a road win, you get back to 500 for the season. But this is not going to be an easy task tonight as the Panthers take on the Elkhart Lions. This is not last year's Elkhart team by the looks of things. Elkhart comes into this game at 3-2 overall. They've played some really good competition, and you maybe look at the schedule and you see, oh, Elkhart, it's a team that's been struggling for the last few years. Well, this year, like I said, they're 3-2. They may have only won 4 games last year, but a win tonight would match those 4 wins. Already 6 games into the season. Match those 4 wins before the Christmas break. It took them, I believe, 7 games last year to get their first win of the season for Elkhart. Right now, they're coming into this game with 3 wins. We'll be checking on that here in a second, but I believe it took 7 games for Elkhart to get their first win of the season last year. Yes, it did. It wasn't until their 7th game when they got their first win, and that was against Twin Lakes. But this year, Elkhart is playing some really good basketball under first-year head coach Bodie Bender. They did lose the opener to a really good Northridge team. Northridge is 6-0, lost that by 11. They beat Concord, a team that's had some good basketball teams in recent years. 70-62 was the final there. Concord just 1 win on the season so far. 2-point loss to Goshen. I believe Goshen is undefeated, if I'm not mistaken. Angola was undefeated going into the game against Elkhart, but Elkhart won that game in overtime, 50-47 was the final, and they followed up with a 24-point win against Tippecanoe Valley. So by the looks of things, this is a different Elkhart Lions team than what we've seen in recent years, record-wise, and with the fact that they've played well against good competition. So these Lions are certainly a force to be reckoned with in Northern Indiana. They, of course, are from the Northern Indiana Conference, and in that Northern Indiana Conference, it's the South Bend teams that are leading the way as far as conference records go. But Elkhart certainly competing with them. South Bend Adams 4-0 overall. South Bend Riley 3-0 overall, and actually none of those teams have played a conference game yet. Those are just the overall records, but the South Bend teams both undefeated coming into play tonight. Adams 4-0, Riley 3-0. Penn High School out in Mishawaka, they're 4-1 overall. That's a team to be reckoned with. And Elkhart again coming into this game at 3-2. Don't have a lot of stats about the Lions. Looked for some stats, couldn't find some. Tried to get some, wasn't able to. But what I can say about the Lions is they've got some pretty tall players on the roster, especially in the starting lineup. They got 2 6'4" guys in the starting lineup. Those are Caleb Anderson Mitchell. He's a freshman, stands at 6'4", and some Marcus Gibson also standing at 6'4". They got some other tall guys as well in Quinn Chandler and Braden Hashberger. Hashberger may come off the bench. He's 6'5", and he's a sophomore. However, Chandler is out sick today. He's 6'6", so he will not be dressing. So that's a key piece missing for the Elkhart Lions, but they do have some size on that interior, and we'll see if they look to attack tonight. Of course, chances are one of those two guys is going to have to deal with Keytron Pascal, who stands at 6'6". He will be starting tonight, and Pascal has been playing really well so far this season. He's averaging double figures in points per game, at least according to the unofficial stats. Max Prep's had about 2 games worth of stats available, but it looked like Pascal certainly was one of the leading scorers coming into this game. He's really the big guy as far as size is concerned. Now, Xavier Wilson is 6'4". He's more of a stretch 4 type of guy. He can step out and hit the 3, but he's also great on dribble drive and can make things happen in the painted area. Braylon Fertil, of course, stands at 6'1", but as far as height is concerned, he's pretty built. 6'1" doesn't sound all that tall, but he's pretty well built, pretty muscular, and he can get offensive rebounds, keep things alive for the Panthers. He can also secure defensive rebounds for the Panthers, and he can step out and hit the 3 as well. And, of course, Lane Patterson's having a great season. By all accounts, averaging double figures, if I'm not mistaken. He's had 2 games where he scored in double figures. And Trell Hogue, coming off a 15-point game last night against the Northside Legends. He's had a couple double figures games this year, including the opener against Southside where he scored 20, proceeded to score 10 against the Wayne Generals. We know Trell can make things happen all over the floor for the Snyder Panthers. Well, it's time to get a few words in from our sponsors. It's because of our sponsors we're able to do the games that we do here on Summit City Sports. Big Eyed Fish has been around the Northeast Indiana area for generations. Enjoy the best fish in Fort Wayne in a family-friendly environment at Big Eyed Fish. Tom Steel Tire has been servicing the Fort Wayne area for over 40 years. They'll help you find the perfect tire for your vehicle and other auto repair services. Today's broadcast is brought to you by SummitCitySports.com. Follow us on X at 260 Sports, like our Facebook page, Summit City Sports, and be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. We're going to turn it over to our PA announcer as we'll have the national anthem followed by the introduction of the starting lineups in just a moment here at Kilmer Court in Fort Wayne, Indiana.
Between the visiting Elkhart Lions and our very own Snyder Panthers. Snyder High School and the IHSA reminds you that sportsmanship is everyone's responsibility. Please show respect for the players, coaches, officials, event staff, and your fellow fans. Positive cheering and good sportsmanship help create a great environment for our student athletes. We also remind you that Snyder High School is a smoke-free and vape-free campus. Additionally, there are no pass-outs during tonight's ballgame. Fans, be sure to visit the concession stand throughout the game. Restrooms are located just outside the gymnasium next to the concession stand. Finally, please help keep our gym clean. Trash cans are located in the corners of the bleachers. Thank you for doing your part. We hope you enjoy tonight's game, and go Panthers! At this time, can we have everyone please rise for the playing of our national anthem?
And with that, we'll have the announcement of the starting lineup, starting with the Elkhart Lions.
Head coach Bodie Bender, assistants Blake Sandberg, Jeff Blair, Anthony Harden, and Matt Windy. Our officials for this evening, Marcus Hill, Joe Johnson, and Mike Williams. And our coaches for our Snyder Panthers, head coach Joshua Raikkonen, assistants Josh Forbes, Tony Gooden, Jordan Bechtold, and Deshaun Posey. And now for the starting lineup for the visiting Elkhart Lions. A 5'9" senior, number 0, Mickey Gilbert. A 6' junior, number 3, Frankie Willis. A 6'4" freshman, number 5, Caleb Anderson Mitchell. A 6'1" senior, number 15, Alonzo Newberg. A 6'4" junior, number 23, Samarcus Gibson. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, let's put those paws together for our very own Snyder Panthers. A 6'6" junior forward, number 34, Trey Pascal. A 6'1" junior forward, number 21, Braylon Patel. A 6'2" junior guard, number 11, Troy Hogue. A 6'2" senior forward, number 5, Blake Patterson. A 6'4" senior guard, number 3, Xavier Wilson.
There you have it, the starting lineups for this matchup between the Snyder Panthers and the Elkhart Lions. This is one of several quality non-conference games that Snyder will have here at Kilmer Court. Later this year, they'll have Kokomo coming in here. They'll have Blackford coming in here. They'll have the New Haven Bulldogs coming in here as well. That'll be the first game back for Snyder after the Christmas break. First game back after the new year as Snyder does win the opening tip. Looking for the lob, and it's not there. Samarcus Gibson recovers. A quick possession for Snyder. They go 0 for 1 to start. Mickey Gilbert with the ball for Elkhart. He gives it up to Frankie Willis. Snyder will also have Leo late this season. Now, Leo's struggling out of the gate, but that's a team that's given Snyder some trouble in recent years. Alonzo Newburn, the senior, with the basketball for the Lions. Goes to the corner. So far, a patient possession here by Elkhart, but traveling is called on Caleb Anderson Mitchell. Well, Snyder, a quick one and done their last time out, but they do get the stop thanks to the turnover on Elkhart's first possession. Here's Hogue running the point. Hogue fires it into Pascal. We'll see if Pascal looks to go to work. He does look that way. Muscling his way around defenders, and the shot won't fall. So Marcus Gibson with a rebound for Elkhart, and here come the Lions. Frankie Willis into the paint, kicks to the corner. Gibson was thinking about the three. Gibson trying to lean in against Pascal. He recovers a loose ball, nearly a turnover by the Lions. Turned it over once on their first possession already. Long possession. And I will say Elkhart being very patient with the basketball. They feed the ball over to Alonzo Newburn. Gilbert looking for some help. He finds it. That's Willis. Willis looks to attack. Tough shot, too strong. Pascal right there for the board. Wilson has to kick to Fertil. Hogue has it out on the wing. Wilson had space, but his feet weren't quite set, and that's Gilbert with a takeaway. Gilbert coming the other way, down the floor quick, and he's fouled. Mickey Gilbert hustling on defense for Elkhart, and they force their first turnover of the game. They call the foul on Lane Patterson. Show you this replay after this first free throw. Oh, it wouldn't drop. Here's another look at it. Gilbert was kind of caught between two defenders, but just got his hands up and forced the takeaway. 0 for 2 on the free throws is Gilbert. Snyder just caught a huge break. Outside to Patterson. So far, Snyder hasn't been able to get anything to go offensively. They're 0 for 2 from the field so far. Oh, miscommunication and another turnover. Here comes Gibson down the floor, and he finishes in transition. And the Lions strike first. Hogue. The kick to Fertil, and his three is long. A good box out there by Alonzo Newbern, and I think he was defended there by Wilson. Newbern's 6'1", Wilson's 6'4". It was either Wilson or Patterson. Patterson's not quite as tall. Tough shot, wouldn't drop, offensive board, and Gibson's foul. Gibson working the glass, and Elkhart has a chance to make this a two-score game. 5:33, Snyder has yet to score. And Gibson will go to the free throw line. He's 6'4". You got to think he's going to be active on the interior. He certainly was on that possession, but another missed free throw by the Lions. That is 2 early fouls, meanwhile, on Snyder. That one goes. Out to Pascal. Pascal will hand that one to Wilson. That's a 2 if it goes. It does not. Battle for the board, out of bounds. They're going to say Elkhart ball. Snyder scoreless from the field so far. They're going to have to get something going. A couple of fouls early on the Panthers. And Elkhart right now out to the early 3-0 lead. Again, this is not last year's Elkhart team. Last year's Elkhart team only won 4 games. This year's version is 3-2 with an overtime win against the formerly unbeaten Angola Hornets. That's a tough shot. No good. Hogue comes away with it. Hogue, cross court. Fertil, too strong. Pascal had it, lost it, still loose. Trying to keep it alive. Did he get a timeout? It's a jump ball. The arrow favors Elkhart.
Possession arrow, Elkhart.
So far, only one make from the field for either team. And as you can guess from the scoreboard, that belongs to Elkhart. Belongs to Samarcus Gibson. He's got all 3 Lions points. Knocked away, Elkhart ball. Out off Snyder. Fertil got his hands up. But the Lions will keep the possession.
Timeout, Elkhart.
The Lions want a timeout. 30-second timeout. Now, so far, Elkhart has the lead, and they've got the advantage as far as fouls are concerned. They haven't committed a foul. Snyder has 2. But it's Bodie Bender who wants the timeout. Here's another look at our latest replay brought to you by Anderson Heating and Air Conditioning. Just a little miscommunication there between Patterson and Pascal. That's something that the Panthers will have to get fixed. Meanwhile, Samarcus Gibson able to take it to the basket to get the first and so far only field goal of this game for either team. At Ottenweiler Contracting, we invest in our customers by providing peace of mind during the entire process from bid to build. Visit OttenweilerContracting.com. That's OttenweilerContracting.com. It is Elkhart basketball, up 3-0. Tall inbound, almost a little too tall. They get it to Anderson Mitchell. You got to think he'll be active around the rim. So far, we haven't seen much of that. Some nice moves there from Frankie Willis as he feeds it outside to Newbern. Newbern, turnaround jumper, and he got it to drop. And already a 5-0 lead for the Lions. Pinned against the glass, they're going to call that goaltending. That's going to go to Xavier Wilson, so Snyder will get on the board. Maybe not the way they wanted to, but they'll take it. Jordan Woods has checked into the game for Snyder. It will be Elkhart basketball up by 3, so Snyder gets on the board. Unconventional as it may be. And it's a guy who's capable of going off at any second, Xavier Wilson. Good attack there, Gilbert. No, he lost it on the way up. Here comes Woods. Puts it on the deck. A lot of contact, no foul was called. Anderson Mitchell comes away with it, and here come the Lions. Stolen right back by Wilson. Wilson runs out of room. Did he draw the foul? Might have. I think they're just calling it out of bounds off Elkhart. So Snyder trying to get this down to a one-score game or one-point game, or they can take or tie it with a three. That's a guy who can make that happen, but DeRossit's three is off the mark. Chance DeRossit coming in off the bench, and here come the Lions. They get out quick and take it to the rim as Alonzo Newbern puts it in. Well, you can't have this many misses around the rim, and Trell Hogue looking for something that's not there. Here comes Willis on the attack. Blocked from behind. That's going out of bounds. That was Hogue. It's off of Hogue, though. It'll stay with Elkhart.
Number 10, Nate Windy.
Nate Windy will check in for the Lions. He'll give Gilbert a breather. Elkhart has been great on the defensive end, and because of their defense, they've been able to get out and run after their stops. Snyder has tried to get out and run, all to no avail. Three from the wing, too strong. And Trell Hogue tracks down the board. Wilson looks to attack. Tough shot, he finishes. He had Woods to his right. Wilson took it right to the rim. Wilson's got all four Snyder points. Anderson Mitchell off the mark, and Pascal wins the board. Here's DeRossit. Has Hogue. Hogue wants the reverse and hits it. Great teamwork, DeRossit to Hogue, and Snyder is pulled within one. Loose ball recovered by Frankie Willis. Has it tipped. Hogue got his hands on it. Looking for him on the outlet. Blocked, but a foul. It was Newbern who came in and blocked the shot, but Hogue is going to the line. That's the first foul against Elkhart in this game, and Trell Hogue will go to the free throw line.
Shooting two for the Panthers, number 11, Trell Hogue.
First one's good. This game is tied.
Checking in for the Lions, number 0, Mickey Gilbert.
Hogue unofficially a 75% free throw shooter. That's unofficial because the stats are from Max Preps, and they've only got 2 games worth of stats for the season, but Hogue goes 2 for 2 here. Elkhart grabbed the momentum early on, but Snyder has taken their first lead of the game just through traffic to Newbern. Newbern gets double-teamed. That was Woods who got his hands on it. It will stay with Elkhart. Jordan Woods, the north side transfer, getting active off the bench. He adds some more size, also adds some great shooting. He's 6'6", listed as a guard. Boy, for a moment there, Gibson was all alone. He fakes Hogue into the air and finishes. And Elkhart will retake the lead. So Marcus Gibson with 5 points in this game. DeRossit was thinking about it. Outside to Xavier Wilson, inside 2 minutes to go. Hogue from the corner. Short on the three. Anderson Mitchell comes down with the board. Mickey Gilbert across the timeline, able to get it to Newbern. Newbern with Wilson on him. Newbern on the attack, trying to get by Wilson. Instead goes outside to Windy. Loose ball. Wilson's got it. In a crowd of Lions, he loses it, and the Lions pick it up. Well, the Lions got back on defense, and they've done that well tonight. Snyder was getting out and running in transition when they made their run. Elkhart able to stop him in transition that time. The lob inside. That ball got poked away by Hogue, and he forces the turnover. DeRossit, patient. Woods on the attack, too strong. Gets it back, fakes his man, and puts it in. Jordan Woods working the offensive glass for Snyder. That's the first bench points of the game for the Panthers, and we're down to 43 seconds left here in the first quarter. Elkhart can hold for the final shot. There's no shot clock in IHSAA basketball. So let's see if they can get the shot they want and how much time they decide to take. On the drive is Anderson Mitchell. The floater comes up short. Right there for the rebound was Gilbert, and he got fouled by DeRosset. DeRosset tried to avoid it at first, but then saw the ball come loose and couldn't help but swat at it. That's the third team foul on the Panthers. I believe that's DeRosset's first. Terrell Lapsley's going to come in off the bench for Snyder. He wears number 2, and Frankie Willis will re-enter for the Elkhart Lions. And it's Willis who's going to inbound. He's a 6-foot-flat junior. Gets the feed. Long three. Short. Woods has the board. Clock looked like it started late. Now it's at 20 seconds. Now Snyder might just hold for the final shot of the quarter. It's Xavier Wilson with the ball in his hands. Down to 10 seconds. Wilson to the corner. Good look from 3, but it's short. And that's going to be a foul on DeRosset. That's 2 quick fouls on Chance DeRosset as he fouls Samarcus Gibson. There's still 4.6 seconds left, so Elkhart can get something off here before the quarter ends. And they will be in the double bonus on the next Snyder foul. Nobody's hit a 3 yet in this ball game, and we've got some good three-point shooters on the floor. They'll roll it in, and now Willis picks it up. 2 seconds. Willis, deep 3. Oh, he almost banked it in. Went off glass and it almost went down. Well, I'd show that to you if I had time, but I'm going to run out of time here as we go to the second quarter. Snyder up by 1 over Elkhart on SummitCitySports.com.
Anderson Heating and Air, locally owned and operated with over 50 years of experience. Call us today and get a free quote on a brand new furnace and AC, financed and available. Don't wait. Call us today and sign up for a maintenance agreement and stay cool. Our maintenance agreements will ensure that you're first in line if you have an emergency, and we'll send one of our service techs out for cleanings twice a year. Call us at 557-0958 or request an appointment on our website. Call Anderson Heating and Air, where your emergency is our emergency.
Tired of waiting for a doctor's referral to start physical therapy? At Indiana Physical Therapy, you don't need a prescription. You have the power to choose where you go for expert care. Our experienced therapists will help you get back to doing what you love. With over 19 locations, getting the care you need has never been easier. Take the first step towards a healthier, more active lifestyle. Visit IndianaPT.com to schedule your appointment today.
Indiana Physical Therapy, where people go to get better.
Well, Snyder with a 10-9 lead. They'll have the ball to start the second half. Quick word from our sponsors. Summit Volleyball trains and builds the highest quality volleyball players in the area from ages 5 to 18. Jump on board. Together we can reach the summit. Snyder with the lead, but only by 1. Struggled early to find their shots. Made a nice little run to take the lead as Terrell Lapsley feeds that to the corner. Back outside to Trell Hogue. He'll make the extra pass to Lapsley. And Lapsley's going to be called for traveling. Kind of a subtle shuffle there, but it looked like it was the right call. So Elkhart will take over just 21 seconds in. One of our other games going on tonight on Summit City Sports is Concordia versus New Haven. New Haven looking for back-to-back wins. They knocked off Belmont in conference play last night. Good start to their game tonight. They're up 21-7 by the looks of things. Snyder playing a lot of man-to-man defense. That's a deep 3. Got it! Frankie Willis, and that's the first 3 for either team. As Elkhart retakes the lead. Woods through traffic. It won't drop. Patterson was contacted around the rim. It wouldn't fall. There's been a lot of moments where it seemed like Snyder had drawn a foul, but none was called. Patterson rips away the board. Outlet to Woods. Getting back there is Willis for the takeaway. Elkhart's transition defense has been outstanding tonight. was a brief moment where as Snyder was making their run in the first quarter, Elkhart was not able to defend him in transition, and Snyder was able to get out and run, but that did not last very long. They just get it to Newbern. Newbern with a fall-away jumper. It's too strong. And that's Hogue with the board for Snyder. Hogue zips it to the corner. Baseline drive. Patterson trying to go to work, and he is fouled. Call it on the floor against the Lions. Mickey Gilbert called for the foul. So Marcus Gibson will check in. That's only the second team foul for the game against Elkhart. First team foul this quarter. DeRossett from the corner. Too strong on the three. They're going to say Snyder touched it last. Snyder having trouble winning these 50-50 balls as Caleb Anderson Mitchell will inbound for Elkhart. Braylon Fertill and Xavier Wilson will check back in for Snyder. Gilbert running the point for the Lions. Wilson picks him up. Gilbert will hand that one off. Tough shot, and they're going to call a foul. Like Patterson reached out with his hands. Josh Raikkonen doesn't appear like he likes the call. Either that or is just coaching up his guys. DeRossett called for the foul, and it was in the act of shooting. Boy, the Lions have left a lot of free throws out there. I believe they've only had one make from the line so far in this game. They get that one. Wilson finds Woods. Over to DeRossett. Had trouble with the pass at first. Tries to zip it into Woods. Loose ball. Good hustle by Mickey Gilbert to force the turnover. And quick down the floor goes Frankie Willis, and he scores in transition. It's a 6-0 run by the Lions. Fertill able to answer on the other end. And we've got a timeout on the floor.
Checking in for the Panthers, number 34, Tank Pascal. And number 11.
Was it called by Snyder? Yes, it was. That's the first timeout they've had to use. I'll go ahead and show you a couple of replays here. First of all, how about the hustle by Mickey Gilbert? That ball gets loose on the floor. Gilbert able to create the turnover, and then Frankie Willis turns on the Jets and scores in transition. But just afterwards, the Panthers hustle down the floor. And give credit to the Panthers. They've been able to hustle down the floor at times tonight. But this was a much-needed basket as Braylon Fertill saw an opening, took advantage, and put it in. That was the first bucket of the quarter for Snyder. They were leading by one at the end of the first quarter. Elkhart had gone on a 6-0 run since. Now 6-2. As Gilbert brings it across the timeline, he finds Willis. Willis had it poked away. He did recover and went off of Snyder. And the Lions get it back. A chance at a turnover for the Panthers, but they're unable to come up with it. Trayvon Ulmer zips it outside, and that'll be a turnover. That pass was too tall for Caleb Anderson Mitchell, who's pretty tall in his own right. He's 6'4". Alonzo Newbern will check in for the Lions. One-score game here at Kilmer Court. Poked away from behind by Newbern. Newbern trying to take it, and he missed the dunk. Chased down by Gilbert. Good look from downtown. The three doesn't fall, and Pascal will secure the board. Fertill on the attack, and he just spins it home. Pascal was there waiting, but Fertill's able to finish. Missed opportunities have hurt the Lions at times in this game. They're holding a 1-point lead as it is. They've got Anderson Mitchell down low. Feed over to Willis. Willis fakes his man in the air. Floater in the paint. Short. And there's Pascal with the board. Just got it to Fertil. Contact, missed shot. And again, the Lions not allowing the Panthers to get these offensive boards. Their transition defense has been outstanding. That shot won't fall, though. Patterson comes down with it. Jump ball. The arrow will favor Elkhart. I tell you what, I didn't see as though Elkhart had any real possession there.
Possession arrow, Elkhart.
But they do call it a jump ball, and the arrow does favor the Lions. So the ball will go to Newbern. Corner three, too strong. Patterson boards. Only 1-3 in this ball game. It does belong to Elkhart as Wilson is fouled in transition. It's the second team foul against Elkhart. They'd only committed one in the first quarter.
Foul call to the Lions, number 3, Frankie Willis.
Frankie Willis called for that foul. Inside 4 minutes to go here in quarter number 2. Wilson wants to attack. Blocked. Out of bounds, Snyder ball. Snyder's had trouble winning the 50-50 balls. You could call that a 50-50 ball in the sense that so many guys were around the rim, but Snyder will get the extra possession. Haven't gotten a lot of those. Trying to lob it into Pascal, and he'd have bat it to himself. Fertil's three comes up short. Hogue gets to it. Out to Pascal. Snyder doesn't yet have a three in this ball game. That's going to be a foul. They'll call it on Caleb Anderson Mitchell. That's 3 team fouls against Elkhart here in this quarter.
Elkhart's number 5, Caleb Anderson Mitchell.
Wilson sets his feet. Missed the three. Good rebound by Gilbert. Snyder still does not have a three in this ball game. Elkhart has one. And of course, those kind of stats can change as the game goes on. Start out struggling and you start to turn it on in the second half, or sometimes it doesn't take till the second half. Windy for three. That's too strong. And Patterson able to secure the board. Well, that's one thing that Snyder's done well. They have not let these defensive rebounds get away from them. Wilson's called for traveling. That basket's not going to count. Would have given Snyder the lead, but he did travel first. Elkhart wants to get a sub in. And the sub that they'll send in will be Trayvon Ulmer.
Trayvon Ulmer.
2:41 left to go. Ulmer gives it up to Gibson. Gibson fakes the pass. Loose ball. Woods gets to it. Woods slows down, looking for help. He finds Patterson. Hogue on the attack. Pull-up jumper. Too strong. And back the other way come the Lions. Cross-court pass. Blocked! Patterson pins it off the glass. Looking for some help. Out of bounds. Elkhart ball. That was a golden chance. Well, maybe not a golden chance for Snyder, but they had a couple of chances to retake the lead. But Elkhart makes the plays when it matters. Great defense even after the block. And the basket goes right off the inbound for Gibson. Give him 7 points for the night. Snyder still doesn't have a three yet in this game. And Pascal's not the guy you want shooting it. Patterson can hit him, but he doesn't hit that one. Good hustle, but it's out of bounds off Snyder. Elkhart ball.
Checking in for the Lions, number 5, Caleb Anderson Mitchell.
Caleb Anderson Mitchell will enter. New Haven up 43-13 over Concordia. That game's at halftime. Working his way inside is Anderson Mitchell, and he gets the floater. Snyder looks to answer. That's Patterson. Taken away by the Lions. Well, the Lions have been so stingy throughout this ballgame as Anderson Mitchell gets it to go and draws the foul. And now a technical foul has been given to Snyder. They gave it to Braylon Fertill. You cannot let that happen if you're Snyder. This game is starting to get away from the Panthers. Snyder had kept it close, but right now Elkhart's on a 6-0 run. You commit a foul on a shot, you don't want to add to it by committing a technical. They gave the personal to Tank Pascal. And boy, Pascal has really struggled to get it going in this ballgame. He's scoreless so far, and he hasn't gotten a whole lot of touches around the rim. And check that, they called a technical on Pascal.
Number 5, Caleb Anderson Mitchell.
First free throw's long, and boy, that's been a struggle for Elkhart in this game. They've only got 2 free throws total. Anderson Mitchell will get one more. Second one's good. This has got to be for the personal foul. Got the second one, or the third one, rather. So basically 2 shots in the ball for Elkhart, and they've got a chance to go up double digits late in the first half.
With 1:09 left in the first half. Going down from midcourt.
Gilbert across the timeline. Gives it up to Newbern. Newbern finds Gibson. And Elkhart can afford to be patient here. There's no shot clock in IHSAA basketball, so they can hold this for the final shot of the half. Gibson on the attack, loses it. Hogue has a man to his left, goes to attack and draws a foul. It was in the act of shooting, so Trell Hogue will go to the free throw line.
Now coming on Elkhart's number 5, Caleb Anderson Mitchell.
Caleb Anderson Mitchell called for it.
Shooting 2 for our Panthers. Number 11, Trell Hogue.
So Hogue goes to the line. Boy, that's a huge miss. Talked about Elkhart struggles from the free throw line. Snyder had a chance to cut into this deficit. You've got to take advantage when you get to the free throw line. Hogue will get one. A little pressure put on by Snyder. They slip it over to Gilbert. Gilbert finds an alley. Fertill tipped it, but it's recovered by Gibson. Gibson surrounded, down to 29 seconds. Snyder swiping at the ball on this double team. And we got a timeout called by Bodie Bender.
Timeout, Elkhart. It'll be a full timeout. That is their first.
That's going to be a full timeout.
Checking in for Elkhart, number 5, Caleb Anderson Mitchell.
And one thing I can show you is even though this did result in a technical foul, I think what I can show you is the attack here by the Lions as Caleb Anderson Mitchell takes it to the rim and draws the foul. Oh, yeah, there's the technical. You saw the replay. No doubt about it. That was a push by Keytron Pascal. You just can't do that. I mean, these are young kids, of course, and they'll make mistakes, and sometimes emotions will get the best of them, but you cannot do that. You gotta keep a smart head on your shoulders, keep a good head on your shoulders, and just play this game, not back down, not quit, and make sure that you don't allow Elkhart to pull away by doing stuff like that. Still going to be Elkhart basketball as Bodie Bender used his second timeout. And no surprise that Snyder's been putting some pressure on. They're trying to make sure that this game doesn't get away from them too much before halftime. Elkhart is led by as many as 9 here in this second quarter. Anderson Mitchell will inbound, and he gets it into Frankie Willis. Down to 23 seconds. Again, Elkhart can hold for the final shot. Anderson Mitchell out on the wing. Should say at the top of the key. Down to 12 seconds. Newburn outside. Gives it up to Willis. 5 seconds for Tiolani. Willis. Fall away jumper. Air ball. And the clock runs out. Newburn was right there for the rebound, but the clock ran out. But Elkhart will take an 8-point lead into halftime over the Snyder Panthers as they went on a good run to close out the half after Snyder had gotten it back down to a 1-point game. Snyder had some opportunities but could not take advantage. Right now we're going to get a few words in from our sponsors. It's because of our sponsors that we're able to do all the games that we do on SummitCitySports.com. Jolly Law Firm is the area's best criminal defense firm, helping defend the accused from the government. Whether you're facing an OWI or any other criminal accusation, Jolly Law Firm is the answer. Sioka Cleaning and Restoration, providing top-notch commercial cleaning services, including water damage, janitorial, and state-of-the-art disinfecting services throughout Northeast Indiana. And it is that time of year again. Always 100 presents Holiday Hoops for kids grades K through 8. It's for both boys and girls. You'll get a chance to work on dribbling, passing, shooting, and defense. Camps go from December 29th through the 31st, and you'll get New Year's Day off, and then they'll pick up again on January 2nd. Morning sessions go from 9 to 11 a.m., afternoon sessions 4 to 6 p.m., and it all takes place at the Parkview Sport One Fieldhouse in Fort Wayne, Indiana. The Elkhart Lions with an 8-point lead at halftime against the Snyder Panthers. We'll be right back and give you the leading scores for this game on SummitCitySports.com in just a moment.
Thank you for watching Summit City Sports. To help broaden our coverage, we're asking you to become a monthly sponsor to our Patreon account. We produce weekly highlights and live video broadcast. When the Homestead Girls Golf Team won its first state title in program history, we were there. When Fort Wayne brought back 3 state titles in cross country, we were there. We believe in sharing positive stories and setting the standard for how high school sports should be covered. Join us and donate today.
Game day, the moment athletes live for, the intensity, the passion, the unforgettable plays. And while you focus on the game, Watermark Sports Photo captures the memories. From the heart-pounding action to the game-winning score, our game day photos make your athlete the star. But we don't stop at game day. With our Sportrait sessions, together we dream up poses and take your athlete's story to the next level. Serving Northeast Indiana and Northwest Ohio, from colleges to high schools and club sports, moments fade, but the memories last forever. Watermark Sports Photo, where every shot is legendary.
It's Elkhart with the lead, 23-15 at halftime over Snyder here at Kilmer Court. Elkhart had a little 7-0 run, turned into a 7-1 run to ultimately close out the first half here at Kilmer Court. I will give you the scoring leaders in just a moment. Right now, it's time to hear from some of our sponsors. It's because of our sponsors that we do all these games that we get to do here on SummitCitySports.com. Earn your edge this season. PSM's Edge training program maximizes your athleticism through personalized performance training to reach your goals and get you to the next level. Visit ParkviewSportsMedicine.com/edge to schedule your free consultation. Well, a big reason why the Elkhart Lions have this lead is because of their great transition defense. Snyder has tried to get out and run. They know they've got athletes that are capable of doing that, but Elkhart has been able to get back on defense and defend Snyder in the transition game and not make anything easy for him. Elkhart has been a great rebounding team as well, not giving Snyder a lot of second chances. They've won a lot of the 50-50 balls and ultimately been able to stop Snyder when it's counted. They held Snyder to 5 points in that third quarter. Here's the leading scorers for the game. Caleb Anderson Mitchell has 6 points. Frankie Willis with 4. He's got the only 3 of this game. 4 points for Alonzo Newburn and 7 points for Samarcus Gibson. He leads the Lions in scoring so far in this game. On the Snyder side of things, I should say, I will say that these totals are unofficial at this point, but right now I've got Trell Hogue for 5 points, and Braylon Fertiel, I had him for 2. I think that's incorrect. He's got 4. So Braylon Fertiel with 4 for the game so far. Xavier Wilson also with 4, and Jordan Woods with 2 off the bench. Those are the 15 points for the Snyder Panthers. Keytron Pascal scoreless so far in this game. You got to think that Snyder's going to look for him to be more active there in the second half. Of course, when you're going up against 2 6'4" guys, things are not very easy down low. Now, Pascal, he's 6'6", so he's certainly capable of playing well down in that painted area. But when you got 2 post guys on the floor, it can make things difficult for you, especially since Snyder has just the one big man on the floor in Keytron Pascal, and he's going to draw so much attention throughout this game. I get some updates from other games going on in the area. Carroll's got a 35-22 lead over Warsaw. I believe that game is at Carroll. They've played through 3 quarters so far, and our most recent update was New Haven had a 43-13 lead over Concordia at halftime. Bulldogs went on an 8-0 run over the final 30 seconds of the half, all off of turnovers. That coming from Eli Lawrence, who's over there announcing the game at Armstrong Arena. Meanwhile, it's time to get some more words in from our sponsors. Again, it is because of our sponsors that we're able to do all these games that we do here on SummitCitySports.com. Online degree programs from the University of St. Francis are built for convenience and flexibility. Most degrees can be completed in 12 months. Visit online.sf.edu. Specialists in design, build, mechanical, and refrigeration. Visit tjwindustrial.com. The 12,000 Hoosier men and women with Laborers District Council and affiliated local unions that build Indiana. We are LIUNA. Well, the Elkhart Lions up 23-15 at halftime over the Snyder Panthers. Snyder trying to go over 500 on the season. Elkhart trying to go to 2 games over 500 on the season. Elkhart's 3-2, Snyder's 2-2. And Elkhart only won 4 games all of last year. If they win tonight, they will match that only 6 games into the season. 6 games into last season, the Lions were winless. This is a different team, no doubt about it. It's a team that beat a really good Angola team in overtime. Played real well against a really good Goshen team. And also, one of their 2 losses was against Northridge. And Northridge is undefeated right now. So Elkhart is not short on good competition that they have played over there in Northern Indiana. Now, Northridge is not a conference opponent, but of course, Elkhart does play in the Northern Indiana Conference, and they'll play the likes of South Bend Adams, South Bend Riley, and Penn, all teams that have really good records. Snyder, of course, will have a lot of big non-conference games coming up here at this gym later this year. Kokomo comes in here early in January. Early in February, Blackford comes in here. January 6th, New Haven comes in here, and New Haven is 4-1, looking to go 5-1 if they can hold off Concordia in the second half. They got a big lead in that one already. Meanwhile, Snyder looking to come from behind in this game. Obviously, you can't focus on the games that are later to come. Snyder needs to make a comeback in this game. And one of the problems that Snyder has had, they have not hit any threes in this ball game. If I had to guess, I'd say they're 0 for 6, 0 for 7 from beyond the arc. Elkhart has just 1 3 so far in this game. Snyder has none. And not that they need to 3-point shoot their way back into this ball game, but if Snyder can be effective from beyond the arc, that can help them get back in the ball game. Now that means you got to create good looks and trust your teammates. It doesn't mean you have to just chuck up prayers every time coming down the floor. We got less than 2 minutes to go until we start the second half. We're back in 40 seconds on SummitCitySports.com.
Game day, the moment athletes live for, the intensity, the passion, the unforgettable plays. And while you focus on the game, Watermark Sports Photo captures the memories. From the heart-pounding action to the game-winning score, our game day photos make your athlete the star. But we don't stop at game day. With our Sportrait sessions together, we dream up poses and take your athlete's story to the next level. Serving Northeast Indiana and Northwest Ohio, from colleges to high schools and club sports, moments fade, but the memories last forever. Watermark Sports Photo, where every shot is legendary.
Well, the Snyder Panthers suffered a blowout loss to Chesterton on a Saturday last week at Grace College. Played from behind most of the game against Southside in the opener and ended up losing that game in overtime. Snyder did fight back in that game, give him credit for that, but now here they are down 8 against the Elkhart Lions, looking to make adjustments as the game goes on. Again, Elkhart deserves a lot of credit for their transition defense. They have not let Snyder get out and run on too many occasions. A few occasions that Snyder has been able to get out and run. They were able to make some runs, but those have been few and far between. Snyder did get the game down to 1 point, but could never take the lead here in the second quarter. And now Elkhart will take an 8-point lead into the third quarter. Can Snyder fight back in this one?
Number 15, Alonzo Newbern. And number 23, Marcus Gibson.
Panthers' next game after tonight will be on December 23rd against South Bend Riley. And Riley is undefeated so far this year, one of the top teams in the Northern Indiana Conference, which is where Elkhart comes out of. Plenty of good basketball teams in that conference. It's going to be Snyder ball to start the second half. If you're Snyder, you got to be smart with the basketball. Smart on offense, smart on defense. As Patterson sets the screen for Trell Hogue. Patterson looking for some help. Poked away and taken away by Willis. Willis trying to finish, and he missed it. Hogue went down, and Patterson wisely doesn't go behind him to make the pass. Gets it out to Pascal on the wing. Also got to be able to avoid the turnovers. Snyder fortunate that they did not give up any points there on that possession. Wilson, pull-up jumper. No good. Offensive board for Till, able to put it back. That's a much-needed bucket for the Panthers as they try to make a little run to start this third quarter. You can't call it a run yet, though. They've only gotten one bucket, but so far Elkhart, one possession, no points. This is their second possession. That's a tough matchup against Pascal. That ball got poked away, then Pascal secures it. Wilson down the floor, trying to attack, goes for the sidestep, and he's fouled. And Xavier Wilson will go to the line. He had Patterson on the opposite block. Wilson chose to attack instead of feeding him. The benefit is he does get to the free throw line.
Number 3, Xavier Wilson.
Oh, it just rattles out. Well, early on, it's been Elkhart who had trouble hitting from the free throw line. Now we've seen Snyder start to get bit by the free throw misses. Wilson does get one. Mickey Gilbert running the point for the Lions as they try to stretch their lead back out. They led by 8 at the half. Gibson trying to go to work on Pascal. Right underneath the basket, missed the shot, but Pascal's called for the foul, and I think that's his third. You do not want Keetron Pascal getting into foul trouble when you're playing from behind. He had a technical foul earlier in this game. Jordan Woods is ready to check in. So Marcus Gibson will be at the free throw line. Nothing but net on that first free throw.
Checking in for the Panthers, number 1, Jordan
Woods will check in, and Pascal will head to the bench with those 3 fouls. Second one's no good, but an offensive board put right back by Anderson Mitchell. And just like that, Elkhart is up by 8. Wilson slows it down and zips it to the corner for Fertil. Hogue has it, looking for help. He's going to fire a 3 ball. It's too strong, and Snyder still does not have a made 3 in this game. That was Anderson Mitchell who got the board. Newbern pinned against the glass, and Patterson trying to rip it away. If that's a jump ball, it would be Elkhart ball, and Josh Raikkonen gets a timeout called. Now that might be worth another look from the standpoint of was that goaltending. We'll take another look on our replay brought to you by Anderson Heating and Air Conditioning. Ooh, it's close, but it looked like that ball did get redirected, which would indicate that Patterson did hit it before it got to the backboard. Skim through it here real quick. You won't see it. Yeah, I think that ball's off the backboard. So I got to take back what I said earlier. I think that ball was off the backboard before Patterson pinned it. So that's a fortunate break for the Panthers that they're not called for goaltending. Panthers got their first basket of this game because of goaltending. And had that been called, it would have given Elkhart a 10-point lead. Oh, some hard dribbling there by Hogue. He's got to be smart with the basketball here. Hogue wants to attack. Finds Patterson. That's blocked and picked up by the Lions. Out ahead of the pack is Newbern, and he puts it in. And Elkhart takes their biggest lead of the game. They're up 10, and that's poked away by Newbern. Newbern took it away from Wilson. Going after Woods, he missed it. And that's out off of Wilson. That was a chance to secure a loose ball for Snyder, and they're unable to do so. A lot of missed opportunities in this game for Snyder, and now Josh Raikkonen is going to send Chance DeRosset back to the bench. He wanted to check in. Raikkonen said, nope, you're not in yet. Gibson trying to back down, and that's a carry. A carry called on the Lions.
Checking in for the Panthers, number 24.
Each team has 3 timeouts remaining, and now DeRosset will check in. But Elkhart with their largest lead of this game. Hogue trying to feed Patterson, and he throws it away into the hands of Anderson Mitchell. Willis dribbles all the way to the sideline, trying to avoid a turnover from Elkhart as we come up on 5 minutes to play in this third quarter. Alonzo Newbern looking for some help. He finds it. That's Caleb Anderson Mitchell. The feed inside. Gibson puts it in. He had position on DeRosset, and he's able to finish. So Marcus Gibson with 10 points. Offensive rebound, Jordan Woods. No. Nothing going around the rim for the Panthers as Willis rips away the board. This 12-point lead is the largest lead that Elkhart has had in this game. Gibson, he's got DeRosset on him. And Gibson's able to finish. So Marcus Gibson taking over here in the third quarter. He's got 12 points in the ball game as a whole. Fertiel tries to attack down the baseline. Not a lot of space there, and he can't finish. He gets it back, and the putback goes. Check that, it's Jordan Woods who gets the bucket. Snyder needs a stop here, and they need to protect the basketball. Elkhart has been very stingy on the defensive end. Anytime they get near a loose ball, they've knocked it away. Gibson has Fertiel on him. Willis. He goes over to Gilbert. Gibson trying to back down against Fertiel. Goes outside to Anderson Mitchell. And Anderson Mitchell finds the glass. Very patient possession by the Elkhart Lions. Fertiel. Defender fell down. He missed the shot. Missed it again. That's 2 missed opportunities. You just cannot have that if you're the Snyder Panthers. That shot's blocked, and DeRosset's called for the foul. He can't believe it.
Foul's called on Elkhart's number 23.
When your defender falls down, you cannot miss right around the rim. Both teams have had missed opportunities, but those missed opportunities are especially hurting Snyder here in the second half. And Frankie Willis with a miss from the free throw line. We've seen a few of those from Elkhart tonight. Of course, last time Elkhart had a couple misses from the line. Caleb Anderson Mitchell got the offensive board.
Snyder's number 24, Chance Borozic. Shooting for the Lions, number 3, Frankie Willis.
Just changed the score to 35. I thought he missed that free throw. He got that one. Oh, maybe I was off. Pascal gets the feed. Now he's playing with 3 fouls, and he's fouled down low here. That was not in the act of shooting. A 16-point lead is the largest lead that Elkhart has had.
Foul is on the Lions, number 5.
Pascal trying to go to work. Hogue for 3. No. Still no threes for Snyder. They've got nothing to go from beyond the arc. Crossover dribble, Frankie Willis on the attack. Got it! Frankie Willis just gets it to crawl home. Snyder's going to call a timeout. Snyder's only got 2 timeouts left, and here's another look at this attack by Frankie Willis. This was only one man touching the basketball here. Gets right around Keytron Pascal, and he had Pascal on his heels. He's playing with 3 fouls. You can get Keytron Pascal on his heels. Either you're doing something right or your team's doing something right. Keytron Pascal with those 3 fouls, trying to make sure he doesn't commit number 4. And Elkhart with an 18-point lead over the Snyder Panthers. Snyder with too many missed opportunities around the rim, and they are not hitting their threes tonight. They have not hit one. Don't know the exact total, but I think they're 0 for 9. Now, Elkhart has only hit 1 3 in this game. They haven't had to shoot a whole lot of threes. They've kind of gone away from the three-point shot. They haven't had to shoot them. They've gotten so many great opportunities on the interior that they've been able to take advantage of. Check it on Concordia versus New Haven over there at Armstrong Arena. It's still New Haven with the lead, 63-39. So it looks like Concordia's kept it from getting to a running clock. Trying to inch their way back into that game. 2.5 minutes to go. Pascal off glass and in. He's finally got points in this game. Snyder will press. Lions come close to a turnover, and now it is a turnover off the hands of Nate Windy. Willis nearly stepped on the other side of the timeline, or stepped on the timeline. Would have made it over and back, but Snyder does force the turnover nonetheless. Pascal on the other side this time. Not a lot of space down there, and it's poked away, out of bounds. Are they saying off Snyder? No, they're saying off Elkhart. 2:05 to go on the third quarter clock. And Trell Hogue will inbound for the Panthers. Wilson trying to spin his way into traffic, won't hit the shot, but he is fouled. So Xavier Wilson will go to the timeline. 2:05 left to go in this third quarter.
Number 0,
Mickey Gilbert called for the foul.
Number 3, Xavier Wilson.
And again, a miss on the front end. It was Elkhart who was struggling from the line early on, and now Snyder starting to feel those struggles. They've missed the front end on their last 3 trips to the line. Second one's good for Wilson. Of course, free throws are so critical in the second half. Snyder will press. Windy loses it. Patterson the takeaway. Hogue left it short. Another miss around the rim, but that ball's thrown out of bounds. Gilbert was trying to hit Newbern down the floor, and he threw it away. Hogue across the timeline. Pascal, defender falls down, and it's an offensive foul, and that'll be number 4. It did look like Pascal threw the elbow, or through the shoulder, rather. And that is a critical foul. Tank's going to remain in the ball game, but I believe he's one away from fouling out. Elkhart does want a sub. They will bring in a sub. Caleb Anderson Mitchell checks in.
Checking in for Snyder, number 1, Jordan Woods.
Jordan Woods will check in as Keytron Pascal heads to the bench with just 2 points in this game. Another press by the Panthers. Baseball-style pass. Heck of a catch, and that's a foul on Woods. Samarcus Gibson going up for it. And Woods couldn't get in good position to cause a takeaway. That's the 4th team foul on Snyder. The next one will send Elkhart to the line for double bonus. Frankie Willis feeds it across the court to Gilbert. Gibson, extra pass. Another patient possession. There's a miss around the rim. Battle for the loose ball, and Elkhart comes away with it. Picked up by Woods. Hogue to the basket? No. Woods tips it in. Just short of the 1 minute mark. Elkhart breaks the press. Stolen away. 2-on-2. Woods through traffic short. Another miss in transition by the Panthers. And they called the foul, I believe, on Hogue. He thought he was going in to try and force a jump ball. Oh, Josh Rykonen's got to be careful. He does not like the call. Did he call a technical foul?
Foul's called on Snyder's number 1.
No, that was the 5th team foul on Snyder. So they're going to the free throw line. Mickey Gilbert going to the line. 53.3 seconds left. Snyder's just had too many missed opportunities around the rim. And I've said that Elkhart's played great transition defense, and they have. When you have opportunities to score in transition, score around the rim, you got to be able to take advantage of them. You're going to have your times where you miss shots around the rim, but it has been all too consistent for Snyder tonight. 1 for 2 goes Gilbert, and they stretch their lead out to 14. Wilson across the timeline, less than a minute to go. Wilson off glass, it wouldn't spin home. And another missed chance around the rim by the Panthers as Newbern comes away with it. Gilbert just does get it across the timeline to Gibson. Gibson puts it in, tough shot. Samarcus Gibson having a great night. Patterson loses it, and a foul is called. 25 seconds to go.
Foul call on the Lions, number 0, Mickey Gilbert.
Mickey Gilbert called for the foul, so the next Lions foul, if it happens this quarter, will put Snyder at the free throw line for double bonus. Although Snyder struggled from the free throw line here in this third quarter, and those struggles even go back to the second quarter. Got to get it in, though. They do to Patterson. He's able to avoid the travel. 20 seconds. Wilson, spin move. That's a wild shot, and it somehow goes for Xavier Wilson. Snyder will continue to bring pressure. Bouncing ball, recovered by the Lions. They get it across the timeline with 4 to go. And is that traveling? It is. Only 1.3 seconds left on the clock. So this is going to have to be a quick catch and shoot for Snyder. Inbound, find the open man and get a shot off before the clock runs out. That's what you're going to have to do for Snyder. Jordan Davis will inbound. Wilson can hit from out there, and he does! Xavier Wilson, first three of the game for Snyder. Well, we've got one more quarter to go, but a big lead for the Elkhart Lions here at Kilmer on SummitCitySports.com.
Here, every athlete is one of one. Every day is an opportunity to improve, to become faster, stronger, healthier. That's our commitment. With elite training and expert care, we transform athletes by pushing through challenges and sharing every victory. PSM, you've got goals. We help you get there. Learn more at PSMSports.com.
So I tell the truth all the time, ain't got no sympathy for no. I admit that I'm rich and I'm lit. Jumping up on stages, I get 200 occasions, but I ain't really the game up. We make sure they trap down. They see how I made it, I'm the reason they won't rap now. See me out in traffic, make a hater pull his head down. Biggie's OG salute me, a stylist can't even style me. The robbers probably wanna get me on my out Lamborghinis. The Yankees turn in my city, they try me, I get it cracked. Some of this still would happen if I never started rapping. My people don't stay.
Well, 41-30 is our score as we come to the fourth quarter. And it's a shame we won't have time to show you that three from Xavier Wilson. He got it off just in time off the inbound that came with 1.3 seconds left, and that's going to be a kickball. Hogue knocked the ball away with his knee, and he shows a little frustration. It's not too much frustration, but you do got to be careful. Emotions can run high when you're down by double digits in a game that you thought you had a chance to win. Windy feeds it inside. Back outside to Willis. Willis looking to attack. The Panthers double team him, and that ball's taken away. Patterson has to feed it to Hogue. Hogue, the step back jumper. Got it. He needed it. The Panthers needed it. They're back to single digits. Poked away again and stolen again. Patterson able to make the catch. Jordan Davis in off the bench. Wilson looks to attack. Wilson loses it on the way up. He did not have a clean handle. And here comes Anderson Mitchell the other way. Ball's loose again. Patterson, that's off of him. That's going to be Elkhart ball. Panthers trying to hustle. But again, another miss around the rim. And this time, Wilson really didn't have a clean handle of the ball when he took the shot. Gibson, it's so solid on the interior. That's a foul, and that could have been extra as Woods went up to block that shot. He's going to get tagged with just the one foul. Was it in the act of shooting, or was it before? It looks like they're saying it was in the act. No, they're going to say it was on the floor. They're calling Frankie Willis over to inbound the ball. Poked away, but recovered by Willis. Davis got his hands on the ball. And is Willis fouled there? Yeah, I think he was. Trell Hogue got his hands in the cookie jar, and they made a little too much contact. That's two quick fouls on the Panthers. And again, it will be a non-shooting foul. Just the second team foul on Snyder, but already the foul's starting to pile up here in this third quarter. Loose ball, but picked up by Windy. Windy's able to find Anderson Mitchell. Inside 7 minutes to go. Anderson Mitchell to the corner. Baseline drive, long pass out to Willis. Willis just barely got it to Newbern. Gibson fouled on the inside. Davis looked like he made contact, and I think that's going to send Gibson to the free throw line.
Number 0 of the Panthers, Jordan Davis.
That's 3 fouls already
For the Lions, number 23.
Against the Panthers here in this fourth quarter. So Marcus Gibson will head to the free throw line. So Marcus Gibson's got 14 points in this ball game. Oh, another missed free throw for the Lions. It was something they struggled with early on in this game, although that struggle started to hit the Panthers as well. No good. Woods secures it for Snyder. That's a huge missed opportunity for the Lions. Woods blocked. Gibson got his hands on it. And here come the Lions again. It's Newbern. He left it short. That's going to be Elkhart ball.
Checking in for the Panthers, number 21,
Braylon Fertiel will check in for Snyder. Tank Pascal will check in. He's got 4 fouls, including a technical. So Pascal's going to have to be careful. Willis lobs it in. Almost stolen, but recovered by Anderson Mitchell. Gilbert looking for help. Patterson gets his hands up. Willis comes to the ball. Newbern puts it in. Able to squeeze it in a crowd. Alonzo Newbern's got 8 points for the Elkhart Lions, and it's back to a double-digit lead. Hogue on the attack. Oh, that was a tough angle, and that's going to be a foul on Hogue. He fouled Gilbert from behind with 6 minutes to go.
Foul on Snyder's number 11, Trell Hogue.
New Haven's got a 67-47 lead. The update we just got from Eli Lawrence, who's calling the game over at Armstrong. Gibson double-teamed, finds some help. That ball's poked away from behind, and they're going to say touch last by Elkhart. And give Snyder credit for this hustle, but they've still got a long way to go if they want to come back in this thing. And of course, with no shot clock, it makes things harder. Now, Josh Raikkonen's Panthers have shown the ability to come back when down big. Wilson leaning in, it's short. Pascal able to put it home. And here's that press from Snyder again. Taken away, here comes Wilson. He had it taken away. Fertiel recovers. And Hogue able to finish. Or are they going to count that? They're going to say a foul was called, and I think the basket is not going to count. Mickey Gilbert called for the foul. That's the first team foul against Elkhart this quarter. So we'll take those 2 points off the board. I don't know, if I'm Snyder, I'd rather have the points, but obviously you gotta call like you see it if you're these officials. They get another chance around the rim for Snyder that they don't cash in on. They'll still have the basketball because of the foul. They're showing 4 fouls on Snyder here at the gym. We'll go ahead and reset as well. Here's another look at this replay that just took place right before our eyes. They called the foul on Gilbert, and if that's the foul, the grab of Fertiel, then yeah, that's the right call. That happened before the basket by Hogue. Give Hogue credit for going ahead and flipping it off the glass, but it's all for naught. Now, Snyder, obviously you'd rather have the points there, but again, you got to be strong and solid around the rim. And another missed opportunity around the rim. Again, great transition defense by the Elkhart Lions. They're not making anything easy for Snyder on the inside. And for Snyder, it doesn't help that they've only made 1 3 in this game, and that was at the end of the third quarter. And it's not that they shouldn't shoot the 3, but they need to be smart about the 3s that they do shoot.
Snyder will inbound from the end line.
Snyder just used their last timeout. Check that. They used their second to last timeout. Wilson brings it outside and directs traffic. And Wilson with a deep 3. And all of a sudden, it's a 2-score game here at Kilmer. Long throw. Newbern gets to it. Gibson feeds it outside. Nearly poked loose, but Anderson Mitchell puts it in. And it's back to an 8-point lead for Elkhart. Anderson Mitchell up to 12 points for the game. He was already in double figures. Wilson on the attack. Wilson's got 16 points in this game. Elkhart able to beat the press. Long pass to Windy. 4.5 minutes to go. That ball gets loose. Good hustle by Fertiel. Battle for it. And the arrow favors Snyder. It is a jump ball. That ball was rolling slowly, and Fertil raced towards it.
Checking in for the Panthers, number 0, Jordan Davis.
Jordan Davis has checked into the game for Snyder. Keytron Pascal stays out there with 4 fouls. Remember, he had a technical foul back in the first half. But Snyder has worked this game down to a 6-point game. Wilson lost his footing, lost his dribble, and lost the basketball. Alonzo Newbern with the takeaway. Another untimely turnover for Snyder. Little fake there. Gibson gets by Pascal and scores.
By number 23,
Some Marcus Gibson have a night, young man. Wilson attacking. No. Pascal the putback. And Josh Raikkonen calls the timeout. That leaves him with no more. At least I believe it does. Well, Snyder able to hang with him. 3:53 left to go. This game is not over. Keytron Pascal has been held in check for most of this game, but a good job around the rim by Pascal. Got a couple of replays to show you. Here's the 3 by Wilson. This was a deep one. We know he's got range. Check that. That's the turnover. Just let it get away from him. And just cannot afford to have that happen. But how about this replay? Braylon Fertil dive into the deck as this ball was rolling slowly. Looks like Patterson, or maybe Wilson. No, it was Patterson who got a hand on the ball, and Fertil hustles to the deck to create the jump ball and ultimately create a possession for Snyder. But how about the work by Keytron Pascal on the offensive glass? Quiet night for him tonight as that shot does not fall, but Pascal, right place, right time. It is going to be Snyder ball in a 2-score game.
coming out of the timeout. Elkhart will inbound on
Check that. It's Elkhart ball. There's that press again from Snyder as the Lions get the ball to Anderson Mitchell. Anderson Mitchell met at the rim but fouled by Lane Patterson. And this is where free throws come into play big time, because what's now a 2-score game could become a 3-score game.
34, Tank Pascal.
If Anderson Mitchell hits just one of these, and they're going to call that foul on Tank Pascal.
Number 5, Caleb Anderson Mitchell.
And now they're telling him that's his 5th foul. He's done for the night. Yeah, he had a technical foul earlier, and that does count towards your team fouls. And you hate to lose Tank Pascal if you're Snyder. It's been a tough go of it for him tonight. Elkhart has not made anything easy in the painted area. Anderson Mitchell able to hit that first free throw. He'll get one more. 3:46 left to go in this 4th quarter. Second one's good. I thought that was going to be a lane violation. Newbern got a really early jump. Hogue goes down the baseline. Tough shot, and it will not drop. Another win around the rim for Elkhart. Davis chases it down. Kickball is called. It's going to be Snyder ball, it looks like. .331 to go. Elkhart not making things easy on Snyder, but have shot themselves in the foot a few times and kept Snyder in this thing. That's a deep 3 from Wilson, and he got it! He got it to make it a 5-point game. That's the closest this game's been this half. Whistle on the other end, and do we have a foul on Snyder? No. I didn't see what the signal was. Did he step out? But it's going to be Snyder basketball. In a 2-score game with still just over 3 minutes to play. This game's not over. Wilson hangs, misses. Another missed chance around the rim and a foul.
Foul called on Snyder's number 3.
It's on Wilson, and every foul puts Elkhart at the free throw line from here on out. Yeah, that was the 6th-team foul, if I'm not mistaken. Well, let's see if we can see what happened.
Shooting for Elkhart, number 5.
After this 3. Oh, it's double dribble. I'm skimming through the replay, and I'm seeing that Windy dribbled, then caught the ball, then dribbled again. And the first free throw's good. If Anderson Mitchell hits this one, it'll make it a 3-score game again. Here's another look at that possession. Yeah, there you just see he pulls the basketball back in after his dribble and then dribbles again. You can't do that. That's double dribble. However, one more free throw, and it's good for Anderson Mitchell. Elkhart will take a timeout. That's their last 32nd timeout. They've got 2 full timeouts left.
Elkhart, 51. Snyder, 44.
Trying to get you another look at this last 3 by Xavier Wilson. 3 that did ultimately make this a 5-point game, a 5-point game that's now 7 points. This was a deep 3, kind of a heat check there for Wilson. He's the only Panther who's hit any 3s in this game. That got it back to a 2-score game. I said that's the closest it's been this second half. Snyder was down 5 earlier in the second half. They work it back to 5 with that 3, and we've still got 2:55 left to play. The give to Trell Hogue. Wilson trying again. Not that time. And all alone was Anderson Mitchell for the rebound. Not much of a press this time as Anderson Mitchell loses the ball. And did he commit the foul? It looks like he did. Fertil came away with it. And it is on Anderson Mitchell. That's only the 2nd-team foul this half, or this quarter rather, against Elkhart. So no free throws, but the Panthers do get the ball back. Hogue will give that one up to Wilson. Hogue wants the baseline. Mid-ranger, yes, that was pure. Nearly tipped. Windy has it. Backwards pass. And the Lions break the press. Out to the corner for Windy. Coming up on 2 minutes to play. The ball gets loose, but a foul called on Fertil. And that's going to send Elkhart to the free throw line. Again, every foul on Snyder from here on out sends Elkhart to the free throw line. They're actually going to call that one on Jordan Woods.
Panthers number 0, Jordan Davis.
Jordan Davis will re-enter for Snyder. And he'll take the place of Jordan Woods. They're sending Davis back to the bench.
Shooting 2 for the Lions, number 5, Caleb Anderson Mitchell.
Anderson Mitchell will be at the line. Elkhart struggled from the line early, but they seem to have fixed that here in the second half. And you continue to see the made free throws as Anderson Mitchell knocks in another one. Stretching the lead back out to 6. Rattles home the second. Back to a 7-point Elkhart lead. Hand off to Wilson. Fertiel calls for it. Wilson working through the paint. Up and under. Basket's good and a foul. Xavier Wilson with another big-time bucket as he tries to will the Panthers back into this game. Xavier Wilson with over 20 points in this one. And Snyder's been having trouble from the free throw line lately. Lauren Waterman, meanwhile, cleaning up a little wet spot on the court. Minute 48 left to play in this game. He missed it. Another untimely miss from the stripe for Snyder. Poked away by the Panthers. Ball still loose. Is that a 10-second? It is. 10-second violation. So the Panthers do force the turnover. We've still got 1:38 to go. They'd like to have had a clean takeaway. Instead, they get the 10-second call. Trell Hogue made a tough catch on that inbound. Looking for some help. He finds Wilson. 1:27 to go. Wilson blocked, surrounded by blue shirts. That was an ill-advised shot by Wilson. And now we've got a man down for Elkhart.
Ref timeout.
Lauren Waterman, the trainer for Snyder, will go look at him, and I think that's Anderson Mitchell who's down. Well, while they take a timeout, we will take this injury timeout as well here on SummitCitySports.com.
Game day, the moment athletes live for, the intensity, the passion, the unforgettable plays, and while you focus on the game, Watermark Sports Photo captures the memories. From the heart-pounding action to the game-winning score, our game day photos make your athlete the star. But we don't stop at game day. With our Sportrait sessions, together we dream up poses and take your athlete's story to the next level. Serving Northeast Indiana and Northwest Ohio, from colleges to high schools and club sports, moments fade, but the memories last forever. Watermark Sports Photo, where every shot is legendary.
Well, the good news is Caleb Anderson Mitchell was able to get off the ground and get on his own 2 feet. He's going to be looked at by Lauren Waterman. Now, Lauren Waterman is the Snyder trainer. Elkhart has some athletic trainers on their staff, Aaron Foreman and Emma Schmidt. Not sure if they maybe just didn't make the trip over from Elkhart. It's about an hour-and-a-half bus ride thereabout. But Lauren Waterman handling the training duties right now. Snyder continues to bring their pressure, and that's going to be a foul from behind. And any foul at this point in the game puts Elkhart at the free throw line. This foul comes with a minute 12 left. That's on Trell Hogue.
Number 11, Trell Hogue. Going to the line for Elkhart is shooting 2. Number 15, Alonzo Newburn.
Alonzo Newburn will go to the free throw line. That's the 8th team foul on Snyder. Newburn so far with 8 points in this ball game. Ooh, Elkhart have been so solid from the free throw line this second half. That's a big miss by Newburn. One more try. Missed them both. Wilson gets to it. Screen from Fertiel. Wilson lines it up and hits it. He hit it. 2-point game at Kilmer. Baseball style pass, ball's loose. Jordan Davis hustles to it. 2-point game with only seconds to go. How does Snyder handle this? It's Hogue who slips it off. Hogue over to Wilson. 40 seconds. Timeout. My apologies. I thought Snyder was out of timeouts. That's a full timeout. I thought that was going to be Chris Webber all over again. But my goodness, how has this game played out? It's played out to where Snyder was down 18, and now they're within 2 with just seconds left in the ball game. Now Xavier Wilson hit the most recent 3 of this game. Off balance, yes it was, but he's able to bounce it in off the backboard. What a shot by Wilson, and then the hustle by Jordan Davis to get after that loose ball. Excellent hustle by Davis, and he's a running back. You know he's got some quickness. Now coming out of the timeout, question is, what does Josh Raikkonen draw up here? There's 38.1 seconds left. There's no shot clock in IHSAA basketball. It will be Snyder basketball. And again, every Snyder foul puts Elkhart at the free throw line. Now, for offensive fouls, that's not the case. But for any loose ball foul or defensive foul, Elkhart will be shooting free throws. It's Hogue with the ball. Hogue looking for help, finds Patterson. 26 seconds. Wilson swings it outside to Fertil. 20 seconds. Hogue through traffic. Was he fouled? Oh, if that's a jump ball, it's Elkhart ball, and it's a jump ball. The crowd does not like it, but the call was jump ball. They wanted a foul and did not get it. 16.9 seconds to go. Afraid I'm going to have to come out of this replay because it looks like it's about to be an inbound. Elkhart about to inbound the basketball. And a foul. 15.7 seconds left. Again, every foul puts Elkhart at the free throw line, and you kind of had to do that. I mean, yeah, you've got 15 seconds now. It was 16.9 before the inbound. So could Snyder have played that out and tried to get the 10-second violation? They could have, but it would have been risky. Because you're only left with about 6.9. Willis, left another one out there. .7 seconds left. No good. Patterson the board. Here comes Hogue. 12 seconds. Hogue. 8 seconds. He slips. And he was fouled. 7.3. And Elkhart will use a timeout. I'm told that that's their last timeout. But boy, missed free throws really playing a factor. Now, we've seen Snyder miss some free throws here in the second half, but that's 4 misses from the line in a row for Elkhart. That was a bugaboo of theirs in the first half, but now all of a sudden it's coming back to bite them late in the game. Now for Snyder, they can tie or take the lead. On this last play, let's see if we can see where the jump ball happens. Snyder's still got a chance. Yeah, it's right there. It's close, but I think it was Wendy who got his hand on the ball. And it looked like he had it pinned against Hogue long enough to get the jump ball call. Now, luckily for Snyder, because of that, any jump ball that happens in these next 7.3 seconds would give the ball back to Snyder. This game saw Elkhart up 18. Now Snyder's down 2 with a chance to tie or take the lead with a 3. But they got to be smart on this inbound. That's the first job. Fertil gets it to Hogue. Hogue through traffic. Underhanded, no. And there's the foul with 2.1 seconds. Josh Raikkonen thought there should have been a foul called on the shot by Hogue. And I'm not sure he doesn't have an argument.
Foul is called on Snyder's number 0.
Jordan Davis called for the foul. And kind of surprised they didn't get the ball into Wilson there. He's had the hot hand. Marcus Gibson at the free throw line. Now, if he misses the second one, Snyder's got to get the ball and hurry. Does not miss the first one. If he misses this one, Snyder has to get the ball and hurry. If he makes this one, the game's basically over. He does make it. That's the ball game. So Snyder with a great comeback effort. It's going to fall short as that three falls short as well. What a great game, but Snyder very frustrated by the result of this one. They lose it 55-51. Now we will take a look at this call. Of course, every call is a judgment call in high school basketball and really every level of basketball. But was Hogue fouled on this play? That's a lot of contact. I'm not sure he wasn't. That was an awkward angle. I tell you what, they could have called a foul there on Frankie Willis, but it was not called, and that's how the game ends. So the Snyder Panthers fall to the Elkhart Lions 55-51 despite a great come-from-behind effort.
You can go to the lobby or commons area to meet.
Well, we're going to recognize Marcus Gibson as tonight's Parkview Sports Medicine Player of the Game. Gibson finishes this game with a grand total of 20 points. Big-time game, especially in the second half for Gibson. He's your PSM Player of the Game. Elkhart edges Snyder 55-51, a game where Elkhart led by 18. Snyder got it down as close as 2, but that was as close as they got it. And the game ends with Elkhart a winner, 55-51. That will do it from here at Kilmer Court. For my cameraman Matt Jackson, this is Thad Goff saying so long from Kilmer Court on the campus of Snyder High School. You're watching high school basketball on SummitCitySports.com.
Thank you for watching Summit City Sports. To help broaden our coverage, we're asking you to become a monthly sponsor to our Patreon account. We produce weekly highlights and live video broadcasts. When the Homestead Girls Golf Team won its first state title in program history, we were there. When Fort Wayne brought back 3 state titles in cross country, we were there. We believe in sharing positive stories and setting the standard for how high school sports should be covered. Join us and donate today.
Game day, the moment athletes live for, the intensity, the passion, the unforgettable plays. And while you focus on the game, Watermark Sports Photo captures the memories. From the heart-pounding action to the game-winning score, our game day photos make your athlete the star. But we don't stop at game day. With our Sportrait sessions together, we dream up poses and take your athlete's story to the next level. Serving Northeast Indiana and Northwest Ohio, from colleges to high schools and club sports, moments fade, but the memories last forever. Watermark Sports Photo, where every shot is legendary.